YouTube community, how are you today? Wanted to show you how to make a white noise riser used for build-ups in multiple genres of music, and in particular I'm using it in my house song. And let me show you how I used it to build tension right before the drop. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's how it sounds like currently. So it's pretty, I'd say, kind of boring, right? So I want to add some white noise in this section to build the tension for the drop. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to open up a 3x oscillator, a FL Studio native plugin, turn on the noise shape. Now you have the noise. Boom. And then you want to create a pattern so that you could add a note for that noise. So let's do white noise. Boom. We're going to do, there you go. It's the length right there. Perfect. Is it? Yes, it is. So now when we listen, you just have noise blasting the whole time. How do we tame that and control it and make it fit the song? So you want to route that sound over to a mixer track. Boom. Open up Fruity Filter, basic filter in FL Studio. Turn down the resonance, turn down the high pass, because all I want activated right now is this low pass shape. It's basically an EQ with a low pass. That way when you bring down the cutoff, it's going to cut off the frequencies. So you create an automation clip so you could hear how that sounds. Boom. Got our automation going. So we want it at the very beginning, want it low, and then open up as we get closer to the drop. So that's exactly what this shape is going to do with the automation. All right, and I don't want it to go into this little area. This little area, I just want the snares to hit. So let's hear this. So that already sounds better. I want to give it some more character by adding a little resonance frequency. So let's bring it up. So we can get creative with it, but let's just create the automation clip first. All right, so I kind of want it to be jumpy a little bit. So I'll do this. There we go. Then I want to add some width, so let's try a delay. Short delay. I think that works pretty well most of the times. I don't want it to be crazy wide, but I know that delay, if you add a short time, when you have the timing is very short, it kind of creates this width a little bit. So let's see if it'll work with noise, because I know noise doesn't have much frequency, but this should do a little bit of something. If not, it'll give a little cool little tail at the end of the white noise. So offset the left and right, and make sure it's on ping pong. So there's definitely a tail. It's a bit long. I don't want it too long. Like right there. But I like it. I like what it's doing. If you can't hear that, let me solo it. Let's hear how that sounds with delay. You hear that? That's what that delay does. That's a nice little tail, brings some width. Next, what we could do is if you want to get fancy and creative and bring even more character, you could use chorus, flanger, phaser. I like to use the fruity phaser. Let's see. A fruity phaser. That way we're using all stock plugins. Where are you, fruity phaser? There you are. So let's hear that. It's a little too crazy. That's interesting. Let's bring the wet. Let's bring some more of the dry sound back. Not have the feedback go so harsh. I like what it's doing. It's kind of softening up the noise itself. And bringing it out into the sides more, not having such a prominent middle for the sound, which I like, which I was really going for. So I like that. Then we could tame the low end a little bit. Let's bring down the low end. Just kind of let a low end rumble, get it out of the way. And add some reverb at the very end. Fruity reverb. Reverb is always great. Let's pop that decay time, size it up. And let's see how it sounds wet. So I definitely like the energy that it brings. I just don't want that reverb tail there at the very end. I want it to cut off, so let's automate that as well. Boom. And now we have a pretty good sounding sweep white noise riser. Let's hear that. Yeah, bring the delay down a bit more. I don't want the feedback so harsh. Let's hear that. Okay. Perfect. So now we have a pretty powerful sweep, which will bring more energy into the song. So let's hear that all together with the track now. See what it's doing. There you go. Before we go, something you could do is if you like how this sounds sweeping up, you could always reverse the sound. So you could either automate, change the automation. But because we already had such a good sound, we could just save this as an audio clip for future. That way we don't have to keep recreating this. So the way you could do that is you arm the track in your mixer. And then you render as an armed track to wave. Boom, 24-bit. Let's see. Okay, so now I have the audio wave file instead of the MIDI. Now we could just technically turn all this off and we'll get the same result. the cool thing about this now, if you want, you could reverse this. So there you go. Now you have a little downlifter, so to say. Boom. Right, little fade in. Let's hear. It's a bit loud. It's a bit loud. I'm not gonna lie. So now we bring down the volume of this. And let's activate the other one. Now we have a downlifter and we have a riser. So let's hear how that sounds all together now. I like that. Oh yeah. And by the way, we've already released this song. It's called Do It. So the song is called Do It, produced by Alzy and myself, Harpsy. If you have time, go and check it out. We put a lot of time and love into these songs, so we always appreciate all the feedback and all the support. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.